那个香港和台湾那出版，这是那个香港版本，这是那个台湾的版本。
Yu Ji is an author in exile. The Chinese dissident is a vocal critic of the leadership and legacy of President Hu Jintao.
仅仅从用暴力手段来维稳这一点，那上来看，现在
The secret police threatened me by saying if I wrote these kinds of books, I'd be sentenced to heavy prison terms.
Ji has written extensively about the communist country's poor human rights record. He says the Chinese president routinely turns a blind eye to brutality.
当我成为在观察网站的主编之后，我努力让
They don't want to touch such sensitive issues as forced labor, family planning, forced abortion, organ transplants, and the death penalty.
According to human rights advocates who've monitored Jintao's regime,
China is, in many ways, the world's factory today. And it unfortunately has achieved that recognition not through the high road, but through really trampling on the rights of workers.
the Alliance for American Manufacturing says China's abuse-based culture has a brutal impact on its workforce. According to the organization, manufacturing jobs, which were insourced from the U.S., now resemble slave labor.
They are generally kept in the factories. There are dormitories there. They are fed there, and they have limited freedom. A lot of time is kept off the books, and it means that workers are working longer than they should be, or they're not getting credit for all the time that they worked. Second is that there is a lot of wage theft that occurs, and workers are not being paid what they were promised.
An open secret the Chinese want silenced. Ji says the government routinely intimidates activists and truth tellers.
以及在大部分的中国普通老百姓看来，
The police talked to my parents and distant relatives in order to try to exert pressure on me to give up publishing books. The tactics used to maintain government stability are like from the German Nazis.
But he remains undeterred and continues to criticize President Hu Jintao's record on human rights.
对于一个作家来说，如果放弃了他的思想自由和言论自由，也就等于他失去了自己的生命。
For writers like me, the loss of freedom of speech is like the loss of my life.